Um, so we can go ahead and start with these albums.
Man, which one we going with first?
I mean, let's get this shit that we ain't got much for out the way first. So, Larange and Mr. Lift, The Life and Death of Scenery.
Okay. My opinion, fuck this record. What a waste.
Damn.
What a waste of my 4G in my car listening to this shit.
Damn. Beef.
Mr. Lift, I'm so fucking disappointed. Like why? Like this if we're gonna do a concept record, make the concept interesting or actually explore the fucking scenery and the details of the concept. How is your album cover out rapping you?
Yeah. Wow. I can't dispute that. I ain't. Wow.
I told you I was coming with the shits.
You did. Yeah. You did.
Man, this is dead, but
Shit.
overall, like he got shit like I was more into the skits and the details of the skits as opposed to the actual records. The monotone shit on these monotone beats, I'm guessing that Larange made, like the beats didn't save it neither. So he's not immune for criticism, or she or whoever that person is not immune to criticism either. Like
I
who
think
I don't
LaRon
know.
just two dudes. Let me make sure.
Whoa, two heads are supposed to be better than one.
Damn.
My thing is, this shit shouldn't have left the drawing board. Who cut a check for this?
Mm, shit. This nigga's mad, y'all. This nigga's mad. Um, no, looks like LaRon just one dude. Yeah, one producer. I don't know where from. Just one looks like a white guy. Um, so I also like was not happy with this concept, and the reason why is I feel like it wasn't fleshed out well enough. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's so like the concept is basically a post a dystopian kind of world like Equilibrium, if you saw that movie, um and like a lot of other stuff where like the government has taken away some form of what makes people happy, and that's supposed to like fix the problems of society. So in this case, it's the government took away like all
Humanity.
pretty, yeah, like no literature, no art, no music.
A nigga got killed for whistling and they didn't explore that. They didn't explore that death.
Yeah, it was just like put there to make you understand like this is an oppressive society. Like I'm gonna tell you it's oppressive. It reminds me of there's this concept in a lot of stuff, but it started from comic books called like fridging. I think it's what it's called. And it's like you got a female character and she only exists so that a villain looks like a villain. So like some dude has a wife and she doesn't really do anything besides she gets killed. And it comes from there was one comic, I think it was a Batman comic, where like a woman, some dude's like wife or girlfriend got killed and like stuffed in a refrigerator. And that's how the hero found her. And it was like her only reason for being
Mm.
was like just so she could die and characterize the villain, not for her own characterization. And that's like you telling all this story about,
Hmm.
well, not you're telling the story because you're really not, but you got these skits where like interesting things happen and it's just there, like that dude whistling is just there to show the government's oppressive. It's not about the dude at all.
I see. I see. That's still a dope. It's very dark, but bridging. That's a dope ass concept as a
Well,
writer.
yeah. I mean, it's a bad thing. It's not something you want to be doing. You want your characters to matter, and you especially don't want all your female characters to be there just as plot devices. But
Well, I could see how it could be useful, is what I mean.
Yeah, I mean, like somebody, if you've got an evil character who kills people, like somebody's got to die. So yeah,
If I go, you got to go.
um, good reference.
Shouts to Biggie.
So let me run down the things that I don't like. And the first thing that I have to say is this: the tone of the skits. Did they feel like too jovial to you?
Yeah. Yeah. They did. They did for how dark they were. Yes, they did.
Yeah. Like, so this is a Liff album, and Liff like can be serious, but like Liff also has a sense of humor. Um so it didn't surprise me too much that these songs were like these skits were there was some there was some humor in them, and the humor is mostly in how the skits are all done with this like announcer who's the like
Mm-hmm.
announcer for the world to tell you we're having a mandatory, I don't know, tennis game over here at 7 o'clock today. Everybody's coming.
Mm-hmm.
um just want to let you guys know there's this propaganda about this person who's bringing music back, and that's all bullshit because we killed all the music. So like he's announcing stuff like that to the rest of the world, and he's got this like weird like humorous, like he doesn't believe what he's saying himself tone,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Doesn't match it. That's right. Spot on.
So like that's weird. And then these songs tell the story of this guy called the Scribe who brings music back to uh this nation. And what's weird there is it starts off, the songs like start off decent even if I'm not really impressed with the songs. Like the content of them, the lyrical content starts off decent with describing like what would you do in a world without music, without art. And then the Scribe, which is just Liff and Acrobatic, who's another rapper, I think from Boston, um, going back and forth with these verses that aren't really about much, but it's just dope. And one of those, Liff says, "Where's this round shit?" Um, He said, "I'd come to your house, stomp out your couch, deliver the left jab, duck the roundhouse, poof, disappeared. The youth can't handle the muse with unusual views from such angles." Like, it's dope, but you're just kind of spitting. You're not
Yeah.
really, this doesn't fit. This doesn't directly, no, it directly fits, but it doesn't fit like, it doesn't mesh into the concept as good as it could have.
Yeah, because it's not like he's giving these scenic ass bars and painting a picture, but he never really brings to life how he saves the day.
Yeah. And when he finally gets to it, it just sounds like, oh, so you just blasted your music throughout the city and that shut down everything? Uh
Surely someone popped your tires and slit your neck.
it's something. Like I think it was Strange Technology was the song where like the actual change happens. It was just, I didn't like it. It feels like if your, favorite rapper tried to like try his hand at like doing this is kind of like an opera. Like the story, there's a real story from beginning to end told in this music. But like, what if this rapper was just not that good at storytelling, or this story did not come out very well? That's what this album is.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's what I would expect. Nah, I'm not even gonna go that far or do that to Ab Soul. But it is kind of what I would expect if Ab-Soul did an album like this. I'm not even gonna lie. I would expect it, and I wouldn't be as disappointed because I expect Ab-Soul to do this. Whereas I didn't expect Mr. Lift to come this whack.
Yeah, I expected better from Lift, even with it being humorous. Like, if you ever listen to his song like Live from the Plantation, like he can make a good song that's funny and still makes a point. This album, like with those skits like being not serious and then the songs being serious and the like overall storytelling not working out very well. It's just, I listened to this shit like twice and I was over it. The second time I was like rewinding tracks to make sure that I understood what was being talked about, and then like I'd figure it out and be like, oh, you're not doing anything I want to hear. Glad I spent all this time figuring out what you're saying. So
Yeah. That's had those
yeah,
same exact moments. Not to figure out what he was saying, but just to
yeah.
confirm his whackness.
Now, like, the flows themselves are not terrible. Like, Liff is still a good MC.
Yeah.
The beats to me weren't spectacular for the most part.
Less than spectacular?
Yeah. I don't know. What is that from? What is that?
I kind of remixed the words, but it's that skit off of oh, is it that A Love Below Speaker Box?
Oh, yeah. I forget what they say, what the name of that one is. It's the skit where these two motherfuckers meet each other and talk about how they are or something.
Him and Mr. Bentley.
Yeah. Whatever happened to Miss Bentley?
I don't know, but he needs to come out with an umbrella line. He would really cake in today's climate.
I'm surprised that never happened. I feel like it did.
And I missed it.
Maybe he just talked about it. But yeah, I think we're done on the Lift album. It's just I'm disappointed. But it does make me just want a regular Lift album. Like, he's still dope. This doesn't change any of that for me. It's just for me, like a poorly executed concept.
Yeah, for this being my first Mr. Lift album, I don't plan on revisiting him anytime soon.
Oh, see, and I need to tell you a few joints. Live from the Plantation is definitely one you should listen to. I can tell you that off the top of my head.
Yeah, I got it down in my notes to listen